All right, I know a lot of my TikTok people follow me here on YouTube and such like that. So kind of give you an update. I put in a whole bunch of trouble tickets. I was complaining on a lot of my videos being deleted and such like that. And I tell you, I think I actually drew more attention to myself. So the algorithm apparently recognizes videos that have already been posted. So if you repost something, and I've noticed this, I've reposted some of my old videos, and when I repost them, the original video is what starts getting the views. So it's kind of weird how that works. I don't know how it knows. But when I'm doing my fire talks and I use someone else's video, what TikTok is saying, I think, and I'm very unclear. I am clear as mud on this whole thing, how it works. But I believe what they're saying is, and they kicked me out of the program, but I was monetized with TikTok. So I think what they're saying is I'm using someone else's video and I'm taking the focus off of their video and changing their content to mine by giving you education, knowledge, trying to learn from a certain point. So it's not like I'm taking their video, I don't know, but I have a lot of stuff that is mine. So it's a small percentage that I do use, and I do. I use some other stuff, put it on the green screen. They have a green screen option, I don't know. But here's what really flags it. So when you go to a video and it says stitch or duet, if there's no option to stitch or duet, and then I use that video, that is a huge red flag to TikTok. Their algorithm flags it for whatever, dangerous acts, whatever, and it just pulls it out of the system. Then someone reviews it, and then that's why it stays deleted. So, of course, you say, I see people doing the same thing you are. I said the same thing. There's people doing the same thing I am. Take that, the Montgomery County, it wasn't a Montgomery County police officer, but take that shooting. I see that shooting that's a hot item right now. It keeps taking off. Everybody's taking it off. I just saw one out there with 2.4 million likes and 4 million views. And I'm like, how come that one can stay? And I'm not sure, but I think that person is not monetized and they don't allow it to be stitched or duet. That plays a difference. Again, I have no idea. I'm still trying to learn this. And when I ask TikTok for help, they are no help whatsoever. They got zero customer service. So I'm working my best. I'm basically on probation until March 11th. March 11th, I get off probation. And then maybe I can open up a little more. But my TikTok stuff is going to be very, very... It's going to... Storytelling. Just me. I'm not going to use that green screen much. I may duet, but that's a lot going on. And then I'll throw a fire story in here for you. But just to keep you guys updated, that's what's going on. I'm doing my best. I'm still posting. I'm going to post as much as I can. So I think, with them demonetizing me gives me a lot more freedom. But if I take advantage of that freedom, it could shut me down completely. So, yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I'm as clear as mud, man. Who knows? But for the guys that follow me, I did a second page. It's basically a sleeper page. It's Cool Green Skull. Follow Cool Green Skull. I'm doing Green Skull stuff exclusively, just that. That way, if this account, not this account, I mean, I'm on YouTube, But if my tall 28 guy gets banned on TikTok, at least I have something else where I can get a following, which I only got like 36 subscribers right now. But I'm hoping to get that up, and then once, if I get banned, if whatever, I can pop out and just keep going where I am, is basically what it is. Sleeper account. So I'm doing the best I can, but yeah, I don't know what to tell you, man. It's I'm doing the best I can. I'm out here in my garage now. It's Saturday morning. I'm still posting stuff. I'm starting to post stuff on Clapper, so I put Clapper and TikTok. I'm doing those together. I know those are two completely different platforms. I don't necessarily like Clapper. It's very political, very political. I'm doing me. I'm doing my thing. But we're out here cleaning the garage right now, so I want to show you. You know, I got the heat on, you know, because, you know, it's outside. I don't have heat in my garage, but it's cold out here. There's my prop wagon with the, you know, there's nothing in there. All those are empty. But see those spaces right back in there? That's where my Halloween and Christmas stuff go up there. This is my Halloween and Christmas stuff. So I'm going to take this Saturday and I'm going to clean things up. I'm actually out here right this second making a cool skull video with a whole bunch. It's basically a transition. Just really flips really quick. I'm trying to do motivational positivity and transition type stuff just to build a following. And again, it's going to be a sleeper account. You know, get that. Let's get that rolling, and then tall guy can pop out. Boop. Here I am. And if I get banned from my tall 28 guy, I have a second account that I can pop up on and basically take it over or whatever. But now we're out here cleaning up the garage right now. So, you know, it is what it is. Like I say, I love my heater, man. My heater's great. But now we're just cleaning and doing some stuff. I know I did a thing on TikTok, but so obviously I'm retired. I'm a life member at my volunteer company. My career job, I absolutely retired, and I want to pass on to everybody. Invest now. As you're coming up, invest. Put money in a 401k, a Roth IRA, IRA, individual retirement account. Put money into that stuff now. Since I retired, I have enough money into my government retirement that I've made a lot of money since I've retired up till now, February 12th? 13th, February 13th. Up until February 13th, I've made, oh my God, I've made a lot of money. And I haven't even touched that yet. So my pension, you know, it's got to get filed. It's got to come. They send you, you know, so once my monthly check is on balance, on time, on point, whatever, then I'll understand what more I need to pull from my retirement. And I don't like talking financials. I don't like talking some of that stuff. I don't talk relationships, financials, and stuff like that. I try to, you know, I'm giving you a lot of inside scoop as it is. But invest now. And I haven't even touched that, and it's still growing. It's growing so much that I'm like, can I just leave it? Can I just leave it where it is? Yeah, it's amazing. I haven't cut really anything with COVID going on. Not much you can do anyway, but I'm extremely happy with where I am. So with that being said, work hard. I worked in the government. The government had me working 72 hours a week. So some people say, oh, you only worked 22 years? 22 years at 72 hours a week. Do that math. You know, I've probably got at least, you know, damn near 30 years of that 40-hour week schedule. So I've put in the work. I've put in the investments. I've put in everything. My plants have grown. Everything's matured. It's time to start picking those apples. No, with that being said, you young guys, you older guys, you should know already. You younger guys, invest. Put stuff, even if you only work at McDonald's, and I say only, have a job. If you got a job, hey man, kudos to you, but invest. Roth IRA, individual retirement account, anything. Put, so a very long time ago, it was a very short period. I worked for NASA, Goddard Space Flight Center. I was a security guard. They had a 401k, and I didn't put into it the way I should have. But when I quit there, I actually got fired from there. When I got fired from there and I cashed that out, I did roll it over into my government. I got hired by the government. It's one of the reasons I got fired. I basically just didn't care. I rolled that over, and it wasn't much. It wasn't much at all, but I rolled it over. It's tax deferred while you're putting money into that. It's just a lot of good stuff, man. So, all right, here's my story. So, back when I was a fireman, I worked at Walter Reed. Walter Reed in D.C. closed and moved to Bethesda. So where I was, Fort Detrick took over our Forest Glen base in Montgomery County. Long story here nor there, whatever, but I used to be a firefighter at one point. Man, I started as a new guy and worked my way up. But we had to rotate. So one day you drove, one day you were in the left bucket, one day in your right bucket. You know, everybody rotated. If the captain was off, you took turns rotating, being the acting captain or whatever. Everybody rotated. And then once I was a captain, I rotated being the battalion chief if he was off or whatever. You know, you rotate, cover the spots. You know, no big deal. So we had a dispatcher spot at the time. Now, where I retired from now, no more dispatcher. Thank goodness, man. That was crazy. But we had, it was a 24-hour spot. So when I came in, I was dispatching. It's like, I'm not on a fire truck. This sucks. Don't even have to take my gear off the rack. I'm dispatching. There's a couple admin things you got to do on the computer. Whenever the fire truck went on the air, you had to log all that. You know, basically you're a dispatcher. Dispatcher is all you were. So I did that for a while too. But so it was my day to do the 24-hour dispatch, and we had a fire alarm system. I wouldn't even say it was a system, you know, because it was an old firehouse, very old. Walter Reed was very, very old. One of our main buildings, the old main hospital, had an Eisenhower suite where President Eisenhower had stayed. And, you know, that was a historic building. That building is actually still there because it's a historic building. But, yeah, it's just old. So they put in smoke detectors and they were all connected. So we'd always play with them. You push it and it goes, test. Fire, fire. There's a fire reported in the building. Test, test. Carbon monoxide detected in the building. It would go through the whole cycle. So a call came out on post, automatic fire alarm, smoke in the building, you know, whatever it was. So the engine and truck from the main station where I was dispatching, the main station, engine and truck went, and then our Forest Glen station, their wagon from there went. So it was like our full box alarm. So we're running that. One of the guys lays out, our driver lays out, and a car runs over the hose, and it hooked him. You know, just like you see, you know, don't run the hose over. You know, I know you've seen videos on it or whatever, but it hooked one of our guys, took his feet out from under him, and he fell on the ground. Government, Walter Reed, we have a hospital in post, and our battalion chief was like, hey, let's run him to the hospital, just get him checked, make sure everything's documented. That way if he hurts 2 weeks from now, everything's documented. You know, no big deal. So our battalion chief and the engine driver go over there. Someone steps up, takes over the driver, they rack the hose, whatever, the other engine goes back, whatever. Well, meanwhile, I'm sitting there, I'm dispatching, and I hear, fire, fire. There's a fire report in the building. I'm like, God damn it. I was like, I'm busy. Who is messing with the damn smoke detectors? So now I'm writing down the times, I'm writing down everything, I'm putting the stuff entering the computer, and I'm like, wait a minute. There's no one else here. So dispatch was right where the engine bays were in an office. And then so I ran upstairs. I go upstairs and the goddamn kitchen's off. I mean, the kitchen's rolling. Like, it's rolling across the cabinets, just rolling across the ceiling. I was like, this is crazy. So I run back downstairs and I'm thinking, hey, let me pull one of the wagons out. And we normally have a reserve wagon, a backup. So I was like, let me pull the wagon out. I'll charge the line. I'll put it out real quick. No big deal. And so I go downstairs. There's no fire trucks. I remember the reserve engines in the shop. So there's no fire trucks in the building. Kitchen's off. I had my buggy from my volunteer station, so I ran to the trunk, and we had ABC fire extinguishers in the building. We absolutely have fire extinguishers in the building. But who wants to put dry chemical all over the place? You know what I'm saying? So my buggy's parked right out front. So I pop the trunk, grab the can. As I run past the radio, I yell, "Hey, the firehouse is on fire!" That's it. And I ran back upstairs. So I go up there with the can. I'm hitting it. I'm doing pretty good. The battalion chief crawls up behind me, pats me on my back. He's like, "You got it?" He's got his white shirt on. And, man, I just got my uniform on, too, man. We're laughing. And even while the fire's going, we're both laughing. I was like, yeah, man, I got it with the can. And so somebody had left, food on there. It was grease, bacon, whatever it was. And the pan was on fire. It was grease, absolutely. So I was able to knock it down enough. I got to the pan, threw the pan out the window, threw that out back. It's still on fire, but at least it's out back on the asphalt. Who cares? And, me and the battalion chief are kind of laughing. It's not funny, but we're like... So I get the rest of the cabinets out, and then our engine from Forest Glen comes blowing in. They come running in with a line and everything else. They're ready to go. And I'm like, dude, your dispatcher got it. Cam man got this. So fire was knocked before they got there. But, I mean, you talk about stories. Oh... I'm just laughing thinking about it. But, of course, we didn't say anything to anybody. We called down to DPW. It was a government facility, so we called down to DPW. We said, hey, we need some ceiling tiles. Some of our ceiling tiles have wet spots on them and everything else. So they would bring us ceiling tiles, or they would flop them out themselves or whatever. And they're like, how many do you need? We're like, we need about 3 or 4, packs. They're like, why do you need so many? Well, they got a lot of ceiling tiles. So they came in and laughed. They're like, pfft. We're like, you guys don't have to do it. We'll take care of it. We sanded the cabinets. We changed all the ceiling tiles. We painted. We took care. We did everything ourselves. It took probably about a week. And, you talk about a story. I mean, like I said, I was still a fireman. That was, I probably can't give you days. It's probably a good 18 years ago. But, now good stuff coming up, and I know everybody's got those stories, and, I got tons of them. That just happens to be the one for today. So, happy Saturday to everybody. Invest, work hard now, play hard later. You don't want to work until you're in your 80s and not able to get around a lot. You want to work hard now in your 20s, so when you turn 50, you can retire and enjoy life, man. Enjoy life. But that's it, man. I hope you enjoy. That's the issue going on with TikTok. I'm doing my best. I got Instagram, Clapper, TikTok, YouTube. I try to do that stuff, but it's a hobby. It's absolutely a hobby, man. I just enjoy life, man, is all I do. I just enjoy life. So keep watching, like and subscribe. If you've made it to the end, I always like to say like cha-cha-wah and give you something weird to spell, but just say doo-doo brown. If you made it to the end, just say doo-doo brown. All right, man, take it easy.